October 23, 2025. It was supposed to be the start of a legendary NBA season, but instead of highlight reels, the world woke up to a series of coordinated FBI raids across 11 different states. 34 people were arrested in a single morning, and the names on that list sent a shockwave through the league that it still hasn't recovered from. We're talking about Terry Rozier, the Miami Heat star, Chauncey Billups, a Hall of Famer and head coach of the Portland Trail Blazers, and Damon Jones, a former teammate of LeBron James. But these weren't just simple bets. This was a multi-million-dollar operation backed by the Bonanno, Genovese, and Gambino crime families. The NBA's dark side had finally been exposed, and the truth was far more sinister than anyone imagined. How did a league built on integrity get caught in a web of rigged poker games, X-ray cameras, and faked injuries? Today, we are breaking down the full investigation of the 2025 to 2026 NBA gambling scandal. This is a story of greed, betrayal, and the mafia's claws in the sport we love. Let's look at the first indictment. Terry Rozier, known to the streets as Chum and to the league as Scary Terry, was the primary target. The FBI had been watching him since March 2023. They noticed something strange during a game against the New Orleans Pelicans. Members of an illegal betting ring reportedly placed over $200,000 in bets on Rozier's under prop lines. And like clockwork, Rozier allegedly informed his associates he would be injured and leave the game early to make sure those bets hit. The indictment reveals that Rozier sold this insider knowledge for $100,000. Think about that. A man on a multi-million-dollar contract risking it all for a side hustle. But he wasn't alone. Damon Jones, working as an unofficial assistant for the Lakers, was allegedly supplying pre-release medical information on players before it hit the scouting reports. And that's where things get dangerous, because some of that information allegedly involved LeBron James himself. While LeBron wasn't accused of any wrongdoing, the fact that his inner circle was compromised changed everything. While Rozier was rigging prop bets, Chauncey Billups was allegedly involved in something even more elaborate. The FBI says Billups and Damon Jones acted as face cards for the mafia. Their job? To lure wealthy, high-profile victims into rigged poker games in Las Vegas, Manhattan, and the Hamptons. The technology used in these games was like something out of a spy movie. We're talking about X-ray tables that could read cards face down, modified shuffling machines, and even contact lenses that could identify marked cards. The victims had zero chance. They were being robbed by their heroes. The mafia would take a massive cut of the winnings, and Billups and Jones were reportedly paid to be the bait. The FBI caught them through a joint task force that started investigating organized crime in 2023. The deeper they dug, the more they realized the mafia wasn't just watching the NBA, they were part of the infrastructure. To understand how the FBI got here, we have to look back at the Jontay Porter scandal in 2024. Porter was the first domino to fall. He was banned for life after the NBA found he was passing health info to bettors and underperforming on purpose. But here is what the league didn't tell you at the time. Jontay Porter was just the beginning. The FBI used Porter's case to flip informants who led them directly to the 2025 indictments. In February 2026, the investigation expanded to PointsBet, a massive betting company that was suspended in Ontario for failing to report suspicious activity tied to the Porter case. The systemic failure to monitor these bets proved that the league's embrace of legalized gambling was a double-edged sword. As the money got bigger, the temptation for players, even those making millions, became unbeatable. Today, in 2026, the NBA is in damage control. Terry Rozier and Chauncey Billups are on administrative leave, their careers effectively over. Gilbert Arenas was even caught in the crossfire, charged with running an illegal poker operation out of his California mansion. Former referee Tim Donaghy warned that this scandal would spread like wildfire, and he was right. The league has been forced to change its injury reporting rules and ban prop bets on certain players entirely. But the damage to the fans' trust might be permanent. How many games were actually fixed? How many injuries were real? And how many were just a signal to a bettor in a dark room? The 2025 to 2026 season will forever be known as the year the NBA lost its innocence. The FBI says they are still in the beginning stages of this investigation. More names are expected to drop. More teams are under the microscope. The league you see on TV isn't always the one being played in reality. If you want to see the top 10 NBA careers ruined by scandals, click the video on your screen right now. And don't forget to subscribe because this investigation is far from over.